Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to
3 versus 3. 3 versus 3.
leads to suffering.
Hey, what's up? Today, I thought I'd go over my Grand Arena from yesterday and get to show y'all how terrible this 3v3 match went and give y'all a good guide of exactly how to lose the proper way. Right now we're taking a look at my opponent's roster, which, looking at it now, I definitely could have won, but I made some pretty fatal mistakes. And here we're coming up on my layout here. We ran the Malevolence in the back because they didn't have a Negotiator or Malevolence, so I doubted they could beat it. And just kind of ran some pretty half-decent teams on defense for myself. I was hoping that Grievous might get me a hold or at least a win, but anyway, they ended up clearing everything but the Malevolence, which doesn't necessarily surprise me. I didn't set up the best defense, but I was hoping that would at least prepare me to slaughter them on offense, but you'll see coming up, I made some pretty big mistakes.
I don't like
Geonosians.
It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Honestly, it all went downhill after this first match here up against the Geonosians. Normally in 5v5s, my Geos beat the opponents, especially considering my Geonosian Brood Alpha was Gear 13 and their team was only Gear 12. I thought I had the advantage here, but they managed to get a lucky shot off. I'll let that play out for a second for you.
All around me are familiar faces.
But yeah, honestly, this match right here I think cost me the round. I got real flustered after this and tried to take some big risks in order to kind of come back for this, and none of them paid off. Plus, I was down one of my best teams, which is Geonosians. So, next up, we'll see how I managed to take the Geos out.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Next, I decided to use my Padme team against them just to guarantee that I could at least take them out. It was a huge waste of a team, but it had to be done, and it really crippled me for the next couple matches. I honestly thought I might even lose this one by timing out, but I managed to take them out towards the end. It was just a very, very slow battle. I'm totally not salty about this at all. Next, we've got an interesting Mission Zalbar team with Vader, but I didn't think it would be a huge issue because he doesn't have a Zeta, but I ended up being very wrong. I've never used Ewoks in 3v3, so I had no idea that they would pretty much not function correctly in this game mode, and I discovered quickly that I just couldn't kill Zalbar at all. Anyway, after this round, I ended up having to finish them off with a bounty hunter team with Mandalorian in order to use his Disintegrate to clear out the Vader, and here's a look at the back wall. Moving on to the top, I thought I had this one in the bag with an Ahsoka, a relic Ahsoka, and some clones, but this one was probably the most frustrating match aside from the Geonosians.
Nope.
Nope.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Where the fun begins.
I ended up getting frustrated and just brought in Anakin and Qui-Gon to finish them off. I only brought in Qui-Gon because I knew that boss could just stun lock Anakin and I didn't want to deal with that. But it turned out pretty well.
They're dead. Every single one of them. They're like animals. And I slaughtered them like animals. I hate them.
At this point I knew there was really no hope in winning, so I decided to throw in the only Hoth troopers I had in order to try to secure that achievement. But yeah, this was obviously not going to work out. Now we get to the fun part, where I just start throwing everything at the wall, hoping that anything can get some kills and clear them out. I didn't really think I could win, but might as well try to finish off their territories if I was able to. Moving on to the back wall, at this point, Savage is the only half-decent character I've got left, so decided to try to just throw him up against the Gear 12 Bastilla Shan team just to see if he could take it out. Finally, I'm going to speed through the death of all the terrible characters that I've got, that I've just thrown at the enemies, trying to see if I can maybe beat down one or two more. by some miracle, Talzin and Spirit managed to take down the Phoenix at the end, but it was too far gone at this point. Obviously, I ended up losing, but forgive me because this is how my roster looked last time 3v3 was around. Thanks for watching round 1, and don't roast me too hard for how terribly it went. I'm going to see if I can turn this around with what I've learned from this matchup, and pull off some wins in the coming rounds. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Wait. I'm literally just cooking to death. Please, just kill me.
That's not the high ground way. I mean the Jedi way. You know what I'm saying. I'm saying I've beaten you, and I'm on the high ground, so. High ground.